Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first edition of the Mount Weekly Wrap-Up Show. This is our new venture that we've decided to put together with Mount St. Charles Athletics to highlight and showcase all that Mount Athletics has to offer, whether it's on the sporting field or in the community. Our first segment tonight, we're going to be looking at highlights from our recent alumni basketball and volleyball games that happened during Thanksgiving weekend. And now to those segments.
So this is our third year doing the Mount Alumni Co-Ed basketball game. We had a good turnout. We had about 23 to 25 former players coming in, boys and girls. Gives them an opportunity to come back, kind of see some old friends, make some new ones. Got an opportunity to play on the wood floor here for the first time. So for a lot of them, it was kind of a cool experience. And a lot of fun was had by all. We fed them some pizza afterwards, and it was just an overall good day.
So, as you can see, we've got the alumni volleyball game going on over here. I know basketball started, I think, 3 years ago, and there's just kind of been a great calling from a lot of our players to have one. So we're really excited to get this going this year. And first year, on really short notice, we've got 28 kids here right now, from 2003, 2002, all the way up to this year's class. So we're really excited as a volleyball family to get this going with our group here.
Welcome back. Recently we had the chance to cover the Fall Sports Awards night, which had a chance to recognize our fall sports athletes, including the most improved players, along with the most valuable players for each of their sports teams. Here's a look at what we captured during that evening.
So tonight is Fall Sports Awards night, and we honor all the teams in the high school, varsity and junior varsity. We honor and celebrate all the good things that happen. It's not only about wins or losses, but it's about the way we play the game. In fact, that's the most important thing. And one of the highlights of the evening is one varsity captain from each program tells a story of sportsmanship that they witnessed, that they observed during the course of the year. And we do this to make sure that everybody understands the way we play the game matters. So we give out certificates to the junior varsity, and we give out letters and pins to the varsity athletes, and we also honor the captains and we give them a leadership pin. And at the end of the night, we honor the most improved junior varsity player and also the most valuable player from each varsity team. And each coach speaks briefly about each player and briefly about their season.
Good evening and welcome to our annual Fall Sports and Awards Night. It's a night when we celebrate all of our athletes in the high school. It's a night when we celebrate how we play the game.
Like all the other sports. At our senior night, it was the last game of the season for the Northwood Mounties, as well as the other teams we're playing against. As this special night was approaching, we heard that the cheerleaders from the other team did not have a senior night. Knowing how great it felt to be acknowledged, we decided that we would honor their team's seniors as well as the Northwood Mountie seniors. As both teams were presented with flowers from the team and the coaches, the separation of the two teams was no longer there. I could tell that the other school loved what we did for them. I was very proud of my team for their willingness to share our special night with the other girls. This act of sportsmanship between the two schools was a great reminder for my team and I to appreciate the competition because they're often in the same conditions as us.
Mackenzie Morton, Kathleen Mulaney, Lena Newton, Sarah Dingley, Sam Hall, Charbonneau, Gianna Crispino, Ellie Romano, Mary Kate Tillinghast, Thomas Kellers,
With the winter sports season upon us, we recently had the opportunity to speak with the girls basketball coach, Ray Leverly, to get a preview of their upcoming season. Here's a look at what they have to offer for the 2017-18 season.
I'm anxious to see how we get going here to start out. We've got a little bit of a younger team. We graduated 6 last year. Going to be anxious to see how some of the younger girls progress here at the early stages of the season. We've got 3 freshmen up on the varsity team and 4 seniors back from last year's squad, and then 5 juniors. So a lot of girls that haven't had a ton of minutes at the varsity level, game experience, so it'll be interesting to see how we start out the season. Might struggle a little bit to start, but I think as we get going, the way practice has been going and everything, I think we'll really start to click here in the middle part of December and really get going after the new year. So it should be interesting to see.
Our next segment, we will be doing a preview of the boys basketball program here at Mount St. Charles. We had an opportunity to sit down with Henry Coleman, the boys basketball coach, to see as far as what the future holds for the boys Mounties basketball team. Coming into this winter, I knew we had quite a few players coming back from last year's team. So far, we've had 1 week of practice. We had a scrimmage yesterday. I've been very impressed with the boys' work ethic. They're really getting after it, even the younger players, the new players into the program. Definitely, as far as have a lot of potential for this upcoming season. The division that we're in is going to be very competitive night in and night out, but I believe we have what it takes to make another run in the playoffs like we did last year, and to build off of that. Our expectations are a little bit higher this year for the fact that we do have so many returning players, but obviously a lot of it depends on how hard they work and how bad they want it night in and night out, whether it's at practice or at games. Should be a very exciting season. Looking forward to being on the brand new wood court, which will be a huge upgrade from last year. And like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun. In the upcoming weeks, we plan to offer many different segments that cover all different aspects of Mount St. Charles athletics, along with interviews from alumni and former coaches in the past. At Mount St. Charles, we have a rich tradition of history from our school that's dated back to the early 1920s. Some of that has been captured recently on our new athletics website, which we'll take a look at right now. That's been overhauled and includes quite a few different historical features that hopefully some of your alumni and current students and future students will be impressed with that we've put together. Here's our feature now. In order to make the Mount Weekly Wrap-Up Show a success, we need your help, Mountie students, along with our fellow coaches. If you can send us any of your highlights from the games that you've attended or practices, we would gladly like to feature them in our weekly program. Here is our email address. This past Friday night was the boys hockey team home opener over at Adelard Arena, right across the street from Mount St. Charles campus. We had the chance to get some highlights and some footage from that game against Smithfield High School. Here's a look at what we captured. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to producing many more future segments that hopefully you will take an interest in and showcasing Mount St. Charles Mountie Athletics. Thank you, and have a good night.